I want to quit, but it's risky. My wife's telling me to quit, but it's risky. I'm not sure what to do. How do I do it? Let's talk about it. Roll it. Welcome back to another video where we've been exploring this whole idea about quitting. There's a right way and a hard way, and the way to get moving in that right direction involves planning. And this email is something that will relate to a lot of us, and it's a great example of mindset in the direction we need to move in. Hi Nikos, I want to quit my job. My wife is urging me to, but I don't feel it's the right move. Your wife's urging you. These are critical words you're using, man. Or big words, I should say. We have a baby on the way and I'm worried about money. There you go. At the same time, I'm getting sick from working here where I am at. Is there a way to get confident about this type of a move? Yeah, plan out a process that you need to take in order to change job. Now in the rest of the email you talked about your career and where it's going and all this great stuff, so let's put this into perspective. You have a career, and this applies to anybody who's got a career and they're looking at, hey, how do I move? Whether you have a family or you don't, whether you are expecting or you're not, whether you have massive bills or you're not, or you don't. The reality is this: if we plan so we can make the change, well, the change will happen without us having to stress, worry, or feel fear. But in this case, yeah, of course you're gonna feel fear. Your wife is going, hey, quit. I don't want you to get sick. You're stressing out. You're going through all these anxiety. You name it. The baby's on its way. I need my man here. This is what's happening. And this is why she's telling you quit. You'll find something else. Clearly, she wouldn't be saying that if she knew that she couldn't live with less. Yet you are using ego to get in the way. And ego's a horrible drug. I think we've all been through the ego and the experience of it going, no, do this. It's always fear that drives the ego. The ego does not want you to quit. It's not you, it's fear. Fear taking over. You're gonna get through this. This is step one. Step two, it's looking at your career, looking at everything and asking yourself, when's the baby due? All right, the baby's due in say 6 months, 9 months, okay? I don't know, in between there. And then you're looking at it and going, how often can people change in my field and where does that lead to? So, in your field specifically, it's around 3-month turnover. You could get a job in 3 months if you start looking today. Gives you a great timeline. Put fear aside. What we're gonna do is connect with a whole bunch of people in your industry. And at the same time, you're gonna go apply. LinkedIn is a great tool to meet people. It's a great tool to meet people who will help you. And in turn, you will eventually help them. At the same time, it's a great place to apply for jobs, but you have a whole bunch of other places to apply for jobs. And at the same time, there's all these agencies that you can go apply to. Now, I would recommend going to an agency that, you know what, they take a cut of that salary and off they go. You're not locked in with them. I wouldn't recommend that one. I wouldn't recommend the other where it's, they take a monthly fee or whatever and all that. It just gets too troublesome. Unless you have to, I recommend finding a good headhunter that will find you a job, connect with these people, and all of a sudden what will happen is that you will meet the right people and you will get moving in that right direction. Secondly, this is something where you're gonna start implementing, and it's gonna be a plan where you're gonna say, I'm giving myself 3 to 6 months to find a job because I know the baby will come in 9 months. Now, maybe the baby's coming in 6 months, so you're gonna shrink that time. And what you're gonna do is talk this over with your wife, and you're gonna make a plan of what kind of jobs you're gonna be looking for in this field you're in, what companies, how far, Are you willing to relocate? You're going to look at all these things that they will probably ask you, because who knows, maybe you're living outside of a big town, a big city, and you need to move more downtown, or maybe it's something where you're going to have to adjust your time to drive and this and that, and you'll work something out. The idea is that you plan it with her. You plan everything, and then you give yourself the opportunity to, if you want, so number one, to quit if you plan this out, that's saying, hey, I'll get a job in 3 months. Or if the fear is too big, I will start looking, and when I start getting all these interviews coming in, I know I will have the opportunity, and you can quit around that time. Or thirdly, you quit when you get the new job, and then you are off to the races. The problem here isn't whether you should quit or not. We got to understand this. The problem is, do you want a new job? This is it. Do you want to leave where you're at? Are you comfortable where you're at, but not so uncomfortable that it's making you leave? Did you find that comfort zone where, hey, I'm okay? Even though I hate it, I'm okay because it's providing the needs I need right now. Are you okay with not getting more, making more, moving forward more? It's interesting that some people will change their career 5, 6, 7 times by the time they're 30, and others will stick at the same place for, 4 or 5 years and then switch again 4 or 5 years later. It's interesting that people will take those risks. It's interesting that those people will grow higher and make more money than the people that don't. What do you want? What is good for you? This is a conversation you need to have with your wife as well. And this is something where maybe you need a career coach to walk you through it. If we were having coach sessions, this is the stuff we'd be talking about and really clearing up. What is it that you really need right now, and what is it that you really want? And how do we implement the right plan for you to execute? Because fear is getting in the way. And rightly so. You have a baby coming. Of course there's gonna be fear. Of course you're gonna be feeling this. You don't wanna be stuck in a position where you're not providing. It's a horrible place to be. You're thinking smart, but you're thinking with fear when there are better ways to find what you're looking for. Take some time and really think, what are you doing to make changes? What have you done, and what do you need to be doing after hearing all of this? Ask yourself, what steps can you take right now to find that success you're looking for, and you will find that path you really need right now. My name is Nikos Rentas. This is mentorsapproach.com. Hit that like button if you like what you see. Of course, hit the subscribe button to get your daily motivational idea to get you moving in the right direction. And of course, leave your comment below. Leave your story. Have you been in a situation? What'd you do? What didn't you do? What would you like to have done? Because who knows, somebody might read your story and you might help change their life.